Guys, it's been a million years since I've actually last recorded anything, and I could tell you a million bullshit excuses why, but I've been working and I really have found the inspiration to just sit down and do anything, because that's just my life for you. But anyway, I actually have a few videos lined up that I would like to do. One of them is the H1 Korean working visa, which I'm currently trying to get, which they've been, for some reason the consulate has been fighting me like a bitch. And another one would be my second nose piercing, and then my ear piercings. But for this video, I'm just going to talk about my experience with my nose piercing. I actually had my nose done, I actually got my nose pierced last year in Korea. Actually no, 2016 in Korea. And there's actually a story time I have, I'll link it below, but it was just a horrible experience, and the guy at another shop actually had to redo it because it closed up and it was shit. So I got my nose pierced last Saturday, and I say it hurts a second time because I'm a bitch when it comes to pain, but like this time it hurt because he had to re-go through the tissue because I closed it up. And as you can see, I have a really big hoop, and like compared to this one, it's really, really big, and you can see. And normally you're not supposed to touch it, but I clean it several times a day. But on a scale of like 1 to 10, I'd probably say for me it was about probably about a 7 because I'm weak with pain. And there's a new tattoo piercing shop in my hometown that opened up, and I wanted to go there, so I went in there. And it's relatively empty. It was just people sitting around. It was really, really empty because it was a Saturday around like 3 o'clock, so there's no one there. I just walk in, I'm like, hey, I want to get my nose pierced. And then I talked to a certain guy. He was really, really awesome, really professional about it. So I go back to technically where you do the tattoos. Oh, look at my phone. Where you sit down and do your tattoos, but he sat me down in his chair where he draws and stuff. So he sat down and he's like, oh, so you want to match the other side? I'm like, yeah. Like, do you want the same size ring? I'm like, sure. And he ended up getting one that was too big, but I can go back anytime. They said they changed to a smaller one, which I'm probably going to go on Saturday of this week in order to get it changed because it's too big and I don't like it. But he pretty much did it, and it was done in like 2 seconds. The worst part for me is always after the needle goes through. You have to stick the jewelry, like feed the jewelry through right after the needle. I hate that part. So that's always the worst part for me because of that pinching, burning feeling, however you want to describe it. But after he got the hoop in, he always had issues, like since the cat bead, and you can clearly see like the cat bead right here. He said he always had issues putting them on, and I know a lot of people hate cat bead rings, and I'm one of them because I can't stand it. Like once that ball pops off, you can never get it fucking back in. So he pretty much asked the owner's husband, who's been tattooing and piercing for over 30 years. He's like, I have a trick. He literally gave me like a little Dixie cup, and he's like, hold it right here just in case if the ball drops. And we both thought, like me and the piercer both thought that was brilliant because I've never heard anyone suggest that before. He's like, that's why I've been doing it for so long. You come up with new tricks along the way. And then he literally took it, 1, 2, boom, and done. It took him like not even 10 seconds to pop the ball in place versus the piercer, who is from South Carolina, who moved over to Michigan, whatever. He was struggling, and then he ended up asking pretty much the owner's husband to do it, and it took him less than 2 seconds while he was struggling for like half a minute. So I thought that was really, really cool. My nose has been healing really well. The only thing that bugs me about it is just the ring is so big, because it did swell for like, it's expected because the trauma, you force a needle through your nose. But mine was swollen for, I want to say 3 days. No, mine was swollen for 4 days, and then it finally went down. But it still kind of hurts because it's going to take longer for my nose to heal because of the scar tissue from the previous piercing that I took out. But this one I'm not taking out. If anything, I might just switch to like a little stud, but I'm not sure yet. But like, because it hasn't even been 2 weeks yet, so I still have time for this piercing to heal. And pretty much that's it. Like I clean it, I clean it 2 times a day, and I do sea salt soaks twice a day as well. And don't want to do it too many times because it can obviously dries your skin. And we are in winter right now because we're in Michigan, because it's Michigan and winters are so dry here, so it's like dry skin, and then the salt dries out your skin even more, so it's nasty, but it doesn't look too bad. And pretty much that's it for this video. I know it's a relatively short one, but I have more videos coming. I just have to get around to doing them. H1 Korea visa, talk about my ear piercings, my new ones, and also going to do my inverse piercing update. I do still have it. I was actually surprised, but I was able to take it out after, even for like 2-3 days, and I was able to put it back in, so it's still open. So I will do those videos later in the week, hopefully. And that's all for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to follow me on my other social media below. It'll be in the description box below. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.